I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is business. Stuffing Mac shell drums, turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What? That nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This tourist hold 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb. Drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn him to a vegetable, lead this nigga cabbage patch. No new niggas with me, if you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big steppin', you can see the tracks. Follow me, I could teach you something, have receive, relax. If you gon' speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference, we are not the same, help them notice that. Pay attention, watch how we move, we can know we can't. Hang around all real niggas and we move as one. This ain't Fortnite, get into it, ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare, we just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on, I told her give them some. What's the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop, giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference, you better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I will eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
I got you. Let it ride real quick. Look. The city eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls if you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Offense taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poke a stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
All right, y'all. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. The I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. None, nada, zero, zilch. I'm also Naquam of the Nashville School. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatham, my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah to my sisters. All right. And we got a good class today, man. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about. Of course, you know, us being the Jews is my number one. But one of my other favorite topics to talk about is talking about the poor. All right, the poor of our people is, in my opinion, you know, in the Lord's opinion, special. All right, even though we, you know, may seem like we on the bottom, even though it may seem like the world is all the way against us and all of the, you know, odds are stacked up against us, you know, the Most High still finds ways to exhort the poor, all right, and to make us, you know, shine above all of the, you know, the rest of the world. You know, the rest of the world wants to use, you know, rich people to be the examples of how we should live our life. But ever since I've been in the I.S.U.P.K, all right, I got an understanding that the rich people are the damn problem. You know what I'm saying? They are the problem. All right. They don't understand what it's like to, you know, and, you know, to suffer, you know, the way that the poor does. You know, it's so many people. It's like when I was growing up, the stock market was booming in the 90s, right? And then the stock market crashed, right? And so many people lost their money. So many people lost income. And, you know, they used to jump off buildings and kill themselves and all kind of things because of all of the amount of assets that they lost, you know. And this is true with our brothers and sisters also. We fight so hard and to become rich. All right, it's like the world, you know, if you don't have money, money and morality are not the same thing. But the world will teach you that people who have money also have some sense of morality, you know, or that they're better than the poor. And what you tend to find out is that people get money and forget all about, you know, how to help other people. All right, because money can make you selfish. You know, you know, people will say all the time, you know, you didn't help me get this money. You wasn't shooting, what they say, you wasn't in the gym, shooting in the gym with me. You know what I'm saying? They get their money and, you know, they forget all about the people, you know, who they've surpassed to get money. And that's something that, you know, our people, you know, when I say our people, I mean Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's something that we believe and hold true. That if you don't have any money, you ain't nothing. You know, how many times we done heard people call you a broke nigga. You ain't got money, you're a broke nigga. You know, they saying that they don't want no broke nigga. Women don't want broke niggas no more. It ain't like Eddie Griffith said, you know, what happened to loving a nigga with a bus pass? You know, niggas with bus passes don't deserve love. That's what women think nowadays. They don't deserve love. And money ends so many relationships. Just look how much money plays a part in the divorce rate. You do what I'm saying? Think about that. You know, how so many people, once they get divorced, they want to, you know, they fighting over money. Think about how many people fight, like say, for instance, somebody had money in the family and they died. Think about how many families are split. You know, cousins against cousins and aunties against uncles and, you know, everybody against one another, your grandmama, everybody against one another because of some money. Who was supposed to get the money from Papa? You know what I'm saying? He died and didn't leave me nothing. Now, you know, and now you hating family members because of money. Money plays a major part in all of the destruction that goes on with our people because we tend to chase it. You know what I'm saying? We chasing money. Rick Ross said something heavy one time. He said, you chasing money, don't you see it's running from you? That was heavy. You know what I'm saying? If you got to chase the money, you know, that's letting you know that it's what? It's running from you. Money ain't sitting still for you to get. It's constantly running from you. So now you got to do all kind of things and jump through all kind of hurdles to get money. And don't even know that, you know, the Lord can care less about your riches. You know, morality is our money. I had to explain this to a brother one time. I was at camp one time and a brother was asking me, you know, what does, you know, how's the I.S.U.P.K helping, you know, our people financially? And I told him, I was like, well, money is our morality. Morality is our money. That's how you help financially, because when you understand brotherhood and sisterhood, well, then you'll know how to keep black dollars within black people. You do what I'm saying? When you prefer your people first, then you'll understand how to keep, you know, help our people out financially. You know, and, you know, Kanye West, he's big in the news right now, right? Kanye West is, you know, I don't know if he's still a billionaire or not no more. You know, they've taken, you know, all of his endorsements and things of that nature. And, you know, now he might not be a billionaire anymore, which, you know, he's still a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Probably in the hundreds of millions. So, but, you know, Kanye West wasn't taking his billions like all other black billionaires. There's a couple black billionaires, you know, and investing it into the people and preferring the people. It seems like he wants to do something right with some money, but he don't understand. He has a false understanding of what he should do for the people. You know, and it's his money. He can do whatever he feel that he wants to do with the money. But if you're truly trying to do something for the people, well, you have to favor your people first. Start by sleeping with your people. You know what I'm saying? Start by, you know, it's hard. I always try to say, you know, it's hard to trust a woman or a man, you know, and trust their blackness when they got, you know, a white woman or a Chinese woman or a Chinese man or a black man, white man in their bed. You know, it's kind of hard to accept and trust that they will do the right thing for the people when they won't even, you know, give their body over to their own people. You do what I'm saying? Which is something that's, you know, it's hard for me to understand it. You know, he's lost a lot of money. That's right, sis. He said he's a billionaire status due to all the contracts he lost. You know, so he might have lost his billionaire status. It's a possibility. You know, I don't know. But what I do know is that, you know, I don't think he should have waited for him to lose his billionaire status to actually start to help and do for the black community. All right. I was watching something with Russell. What's his name? What's the one who used to be married to had Fat Farm? Oh, Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons was saying, you know, how much money he had made off of Fat Farm and all this stuff, you know, and he, you know, every time I hear a lot of these, multi-millionaire, half a billion, half a billionaires making all of this money. One thing I don't hear is how they invested into the black community. The same community that they were getting all of this money from. They just got the money real fast. It was a money grab, and they bailed and went on to, do whatever it is that they was going to do. Instead of, having, that could have been something that, they could have put in place to constantly have jobs and constantly, be an asset to the black community. That's something that our people don't understand. It's like, I'm gonna give you a good example of what I'm talking about. It's like the Koreans, right? If you know Koreans, they got all kind of nail shops. It's a necessity. So what they do is they cater to our people. So it's a necessity. They will cater to the black community with something that the black community can't live without. And our women cannot live without them damn nails. The same way, and the Koreans just train other Koreans how to make nails. They ain't out here, building buildings or nothing like that and becoming millionaires and billionaires. They just training each other how to do nails and then post up nail shops in the black community because they know that the black people aren't looking for trades. We don't have our own special trade that's, for our people that can generate money, constantly for our people. We don't have that kind of togetherness, and we don't have those kind of trades. All right. And it takes that togetherness to be able to teach one another those kind of trades. It could be like, we can run making porches or something, decks. The black man could be, the deck, people. We could just have decks all out, back decks and, fences or something like that. That could be something that black people specialize in that will continually make money for black people. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have those type of trades, and if we do have those type of trades, we're not teaching it to our people. Same way the Chinese, they got nail shops and not nail shops, but hair salons and stuff like that. They got something that's specialized for their people that's going to generate money constantly. All right, so like. And that's something like what I'm talking about. So that's a way, we can constantly generate money for ourselves. And that's something that our community don't have. And that's something that we don't try to have. And that's, some of the things what I'm talking about when we're talking about how the poor is more valuable than the rich, because when we're poor, then we'll find ways to survive. You know what I'm saying? Poor people find ways to survive. And poor people will help another poor person, survive. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, I grew up poor, been poor my whole life. All right. I ain't, I don't care how much money you might think I got, I'm still in the poor, status. All right. And if I did have money, I would still be poor. You think what I'm saying? Because that's just how that's how I know. That's my comfort zone is around and amongst the poor. All right. So, that's something that, like I was saying, that the poor always, we find ways to survive. We're going to if we got to pinch pennies and our problem is when we're poor is trying to live rich. All right, that's one of our problems, trying to live rich. You know what I'm saying? And that's what gets our people in trouble and gets our people in debt and have our people doing a lot of, strange things for a piece of change. You do what I'm saying? Because we try to live like something, a lifestyle that we don't have. We watch the rappers and, entertainers and things of that nature and see how they live it and then be like, you know what, man, I can live like that too. But you live in check to check. You know what I'm saying? So now you got Balenciagos on. Is that how you say it? Balenciaga? You got Balenciagas on and, all kind of, rich, Yeezys and, all these rich clothes and designer clothes and, making, $725. You know what I'm saying? Or unless you, getting them cheap, you know what I'm saying? Catching them on sale or on discount or getting the fake ones, some knockouts, you know what I'm saying? We'll get knockouts, and stuff like that to try to, appear to be rich. To try to appear to be rich. But in reality, you wake up the next day and, your lights is out. Or, you got, your phone been cut off. So, because you're trying to live a lifestyle that, just wasn't meant for you. The Lord gives, and we're going to talk about that. The Lord, he allows people to have money and he allows other people to not have money. Maybe it's not in you to have money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Lord knows that he can use you more being poor. Nobody ever thinks of that, because the Christian church teach us in these prosperity teachings, these prosperity doctrines, that, if you don't have money, then the Lord ain't with you. That's what they teach. But they don't understand that, when you go look at the disciples didn't have money. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people in the scriptures who were poor, who lived poor. And, Moses had money, but he chose to be poor. He was third in line with the Pharaoh, but he chose to be poor. You know what I'm saying? And come and live amongst the people. That's what a true leader would do. Christ done the same thing. Christ could have been rich if he wanted to. But Christ chose to live amongst the poor. So this is something that we've been talking about, and you're seeing a lot of it in the media today. But we're gonna read in the scriptures about how the Lord feels about the poor and how he feels about the rich. All right, and how much value that you have just being, you don't have to look at yourself and have, low self-esteem or something like that because you're poor. All right, you can still have high self-esteem and be poor and with less money. Don't think to everybody who's rich that they got high self-esteem. A lot of these brothers and sisters, they get money and then go chop up their body because they got what? Low self-esteem. Look at Lil' Kim.
Right.
Lil' Kim don't even know Lil' Kim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She don't even know herself no more because she had all that money, but she had low self-esteem when she, first came in with the money. So the money didn't do nothing but cause more damage to what she, all of her problems that she already had. And she didn't realize her real value. She thought that she had to be looking like, what's that white woman name? Zsa Zsa Gabor or Liz Taylor. She thought she had to look like that. And didn't realize she was beautiful. That was a beautiful black woman. Beautiful black woman, man. But her priorities was messed up and she didn't understand her value. And all her morals was messed up also. All right, we're going to read in the script. All right, they got a cookout down in Houston, Texas. Get out of here. They got a cookout. I think it started tomorrow, though.
Yeah.
It starts tomorrow. Yeah, they got a cookout in Houston, Texas starting tomorrow. And they got it's a lot of brothers and sisters going down there to Houston. They're gonna have a nice time down there, man. I usually go every year. I can't go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna keep on talking about it.
Right.
But because I want to go, but any Houston brothers down there, if y'all hear my word too, you really love me, man. Send me a ticket, you know what I'm saying? No, I'll just play. No, Nah, I'm Tawab. Because somebody sent it for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm Tawab, y'all. I'm chilling this year. I'm chilling. All right. But yeah, they having a cookout, and you know, everybody going to be there. All the captains, all the generals, everybody going to be there. All right, it's gonna be off the chain like it always is. All right, so we're gonna read, man, in the scriptures, man. We're gonna go to the book of Psalms. We're gonna start at the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 6.
I'm sorry, what chapter?
The book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 6. I know that's right, sis. She said FedEx in her plate. From Houston. I know that's right, man. Like I said, I usually go, man. I just ain't going this year. You know, I'm usually there. I'd have been there every single year they done had it. Except for this year. All right. But we'll make it, Lord willing. Christ don't return next year. We'll be there. You know. Yeah. Unless, you know, we have another cookout in Nashville. And you know how that go. All right. Psalms chapter 49, verse 6. Yeah. I walk you there. All right, chapter 49, verse 6. They that put trust in wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. All right, so basically what this is saying is, you know, you can sit around and beat your chest and talk about all the money you got. You can, you know, put your money on your arm. You know how they be doing. They put their money on their arm and put the money on their ear, you know, at the money phone, and, you know, or spread the money out on the ground and just talk about all the money you got and call all your your homeboys, you know, broke niggas and all of this whole stuff, right? You can do all of those stuff. But, you know, you can't pay the Lord. You can't pay off the Lord. When the Lord want to do something to you, you know, or do something to your brother, or, you know, somebody that you love, there's nothing you can do about it. All right? You can't give the Lord a ransom. You can't tell him, man, Lord, I got $1 million. If you just leave, you know, don't kill my homeboy who's selling dope to his people. If you don't let a bullet strike him in the head, I got $1 million for you. You do what I'm saying? Or if you don't let this, you know, this woman, you know, who out here hoeing out of both draw legs, you know, if you don't kill her with AIDS, Lord, I got $1 million for you. You know, there's nothing you can do in the day of judgment, because the Lord is going to judge you. The Lord is going to judge every last one of us. All right. He's going to judge us by our actions. You know, are we following his law or not? All right. And we're going to get judged. And in that day of judgment, money ain't going to do you no good. You know, and how, you know, you're going to be riding around, right? You're going to be riding around with your money, right? And the Lord going to allow a semi-truck to knock you out, to knock you off. You and your Rolls Royce. It's going to allow you to, you know, have a horrible death. And there is nothing that you can do. But there's no amount of money can help you. You know, rich people die too. You do know that, right? Rich people die horrible deaths.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at Whitney Houston.
Right.
Whitney Houston died a junkie drowning in a bathtub. You do what I'm saying? Look at Michael Jackson. He died, you know, ODing off of all kind of drugs. You know, and the list goes on and on. I mean, you know, all these entertainers who done got shot, you know, they died like who? They died like the poor. They died the exact same death that the poor died. There's not a such thing as a rich death. You know what I'm saying? They die just like the poor do. You might die choking on a pack of noodles, and they might die choking on a sirloin steak. But guess what? Both of y'all died choking. You dig what I'm saying? It's the same death. And your money can't stop the Lord from doing what he gonna do. No amount of money could save, you in the day of judgment. I don't care how rich you are. And I know, a lot of people don't want to hear that because they like, man, I just want to get rich. I just need the money so I can live, how I want to live and do how I want to do. And think about all the stuff you got to do to get the money.
No, right.
Think about all the stuff and all the people you had to stuff. Just think of a billionaire, right? Think of all of the crooked, wicked stuff that a billionaire had to do to get $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many people died in the process of you getting $1 billion. And a lot of brothers and sisters, they trust in riches. Kanye was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Kanye was out here trusting in riches. Kanye was telling everybody, I'm, the richest black man in the world, beating on his chest. I'm the richest black man that ever lived in America. And, what Kanye didn't understand was that he was still a nigga. That's what he didn't understand. And those same Jewish people whose butt you kissed all the way up to the top,
Right.
then the same Jewish people who brought you back down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to bash on Kanye. I'm just using him as an example. Because he's, he's in the news right now. And it's a lesson to be learned. And a lot of people won't catch the lesson. You do what I'm saying? That, I don't care how many friends, so-called friends you make. These scriptures ain't never going to be a lie. When the Lord say he want us separate from all other people, he meant that. And he don't give a damn how much money you got. When he says that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, the Lord meant that, man. When you go into Revelations and read about how the Jews, are imposters, the Lord meant that. And how they going to treat you. The Lord meant that. The Bible ain't never wrong. We wrong for not believing the words that's inside of this scripture. Because it comes true every time. And the brother, he has a great opportunity now. If he feel like, doing what's right, he got a great opportunity to embrace his people right now. Because his people really want to embrace him. Of course, it's black people who, gonna hate on him anyway because they just, we hate each other like that. There's gonna be some to hate him, but there's a lot of people who want to embrace the brother. But in order to be embraced, he's gonna have to prefer us. Got to. You can't continue to, go with the people who clearly is showing you all, that they really ain't with you. And that those poor people who you making buy $700 shoes, them the ones who really would, and all that money going, to, Adidas and you know what I'm saying? And they losing money by getting rid of him. They finna lose, millions of dollars by getting rid of him. But they would rather lose money than to be associated with him. You see what I'm saying? Because they got white friends with just as much money as him. And they would prefer their white friends over this nigga with the money.
Right.
Just like your white friends gonna prefer, you know, in the time of in desperation, if they gotta choose between their race and their friend, it's gonna be their race every single time. I'm gonna give you a good example of what I'm talking about. When Barack Obama left office, right? I did this when Trump first got into office. I did the statistics, right? The statistics was 50%, 55% of white America voted for Trump. So these are your white friends. When it came down to, you know, them, you know, voting for somebody who's gonna, you know, so-called be for the black people or somebody who's gonna be for the white people, guess who they chose? They chose their race.
Yeah.
They chose their race. Even though he's don't, you know, he, you know, a lot of them didn't even agree with him. But they knew one thing, that he was going to take care of their race. He preferred their race first. And they voted for him. And he did all kind of greatness for, you know, for white people. You know what I'm saying? But they preferred him. And he preferred them. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's big, man, that our people don't understand. You know? And brothers and sisters who trusting in money, they're going to fall every single time. Because you're putting the money above the morality. You valuing money more than you value your brothers and your sisters. So when the fall comes, you're going to feel it. Let's go to Proverbs 14. Proverbs chapter 14, y'all. And verse 20. Let me know when y'all get there.
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 20. And it reads, the poor is hated, even of his own neighbor, but the rich has many friends. All right. Matter of fact, I'm just going to stay on Kanye the whole class. All right. Because that's a great example. Here's a great example. He said, man, the poor is hated, even of his own neighbor, man. What that mean? That means that the poor is hated by another poor nigga. You do what I'm saying? Them the ones who call you the broke nigga. The nigga who got $20 more than you. You do what I'm saying? Them the ones, the poor, we hate one another because we are poor. But a rich person, they got many friends. You know, don't cry for Kanye. All right? Kanye gonna be all right. Even in his worst day, if they took all his money, his endorsements away, guess what? Kanye's still a multi-millionaire. He's still in the hundreds of millions. Even if they took all of his endorsements away. He ain't broke. You do what I'm saying? And people are still going to love Kanye. Kanye's still going to get help from his other rich black friends. Even if he lose all of his money from, you know, the Jewish man and the white man. He's still going to have rich people who are going to love him. He still got connections that he made with other people. And they still going to help him. They're not going to allow him to go flat broke. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, hell, Kim will even help him. Because Kim don't want no broke baby daddy.
Right.
She going to make sure the nigga got some money. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, Kanye, I'm finna give you, you know, $100 million. So, you know, and go somewhere and sit down and shut up. go buy, 10 houses and shut up. Because she don't want to be known to, her pride ain't going to allow her to have a broke baby daddy. You understand? He's going to be all right. But the broke brother, the poor brother, I mean, he's going to be hated, man, by everybody. He's going to be hated by everybody, man. There is nothing that you can, you can say to make, the poor man get respect. You know how brothers go out here and rob dope dealers. It be niggas going out robbing dope dealers, right? It be a nigga be on the block with he might got a quarter, a half, 8 ball. He on the block selling dope. And then some niggas just come through and rob him. And he probably got fronted the dope. You know what I'm saying? They out here robbing other, broke brothers. We hate each other. It don't even matter. You ain't got to have no money to be hated on. You can appear to have money and be hated on. They out here robbing for shoes, Jordans and stuff. Our people, man, we hate one another, if we rich or if we poor. But people will stick around when you got money. You think that they cool with you, right? You think they're your friends. And then as soon as you lose some money, they gone. Soon as you ain't getting high with them no more, they gone. They just around you because y'all got the same habits. When you stop doing that, they gone. They hate you now. They don't call you. They don't check up on you. You do what I'm saying? They don't do none of that. Because poor people hate other poor people. But as soon as you come into some money, man, you're going to have a cousin who call you who you ain't even know you had. So just think about, and I'm gonna give you an example because y'all, we all poor and we all understand, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Just think about when you get your income tax money. How many people, got their hand out when you got a big income tax check? You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get a piece of your money now. You done worked all year and ready to get this income tax, and then you done had all these kids, that you're gonna put on your income tax and get this big check, and now everybody wants some of your money, and then get mad when you don't give it to them. You ain't talked to them all year, and then income tax come around, and especially y'all women, man, y'all so gullible. You know what I'm saying? You done gave a broke nigga some tail back, 2 years ago. And then you get some money, around income tax time, and here they come calling. You ain't talked to them in 2 years. And then income tax come, and now they calling around, somewhere around the end of January. What you doing? And nigga, I ain't talking to you in forever. I know, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to come see you. Come on over. Then you like, come on over. And he over there, he put the best rod you done had in the last 2 years. He done put, he done popped one of them gas station pills and went up in there and then, gave you the best rod you done had in 2 years. And next thing you know, you turning over the income tax check. And he ride off into the sunset in his, new Charger. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all been falling for it every time, man. Y'all women be gullible. You know what I'm saying? This nigga rides off into the sunset, with the scat. Yeah, he scat off into the sunset. You know, and that's how it happened, man. You dig what I'm saying? Read verse 21. Verse 21, it said, verse 20 said, the poor is hated, even of his own neighbor, but the rich is have many friends. He said, he that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he that has mercy on the poor, happy is he. When you hate your brother because he's poor, that's a sin. That's a sin. Why is it a sin that you hate your brother because he's poor? If it was a scripture breakdown, I would have said precept. But why do you hate your brother because he's poor? Why is it wrong to do that? Go ahead. It's a law class because it's a law. The reason why. Go ahead, sister.
It's a law.
Yeah, it says you sin. It's a transgression of the law, but it's a law. The answer is a law. All right. But why do you sin by hating your brother? Go ahead, sister.
Because you're not supposed to hate you're supposed to love your brother.
Right. You're supposed to love your brother. But why is it a sin for you to hate him because he's poor?
Because he's poor. I don't know how you can say that.
You're right, though. You are supposed to love your brother. All right. So for time's sake, I give it to you. All right. Because it's without cause. You're not supposed to hate your brother without cause. He hasn't done anything to you for you to hate him. All right. But you hate him anyway, you know, simply because the nigga ain't got no money. And y'all in the same boat. You poor, he poor. I hate you because you poor. You do what I'm saying? You can't do nothing for me. I can't do nothing for you. So I hate you. But guess what? You will love and kiss the real end of somebody else who got some money. You do what I'm saying? That's why it's wrong. Because he hasn't done nothing for you. Both of y'all poor. Both of y'all is in the same boat. Both of y'all ain't got no choice but to love one another and try to figure out a way to survive. You do what I'm saying? He said that he that has mercy on the poor, happy is he. So when you have mercy on the poor, when you don't look at, you know, a brother like he is the scum, you don't have your head up and your nose up looking down on a brother because he poor. And you got mercy on a brother. What that mean? That means, man, I feel a certain way that you're poor and I'm not. If you got money, you should feel a certain way about your brother being poor and being less fortunate. That's you having mercy on that brother. Man, you know what, man? I want to, you know, help you out. I got means to help you out, and I want to help you out. You do what I'm saying? And it makes you feel good. That's why I said happy is he. It makes you feel good to know that, man, I done did something good with, you know, some of the, you know, blessings that I've received. I received blessings and I want to do something good with them. I want to bless somebody else. It's happiness inside of that. Not looking at your brother and saying you poor and hating him. Which so many Christians do. That's so like Christian 101 is to hate a brother because they poor. You do what I'm saying? And then kiss the real end of anybody who got, you know, a checkbook. That's so Christian to do that. But the scriptures teach us not to be like that. You dig what I'm saying? We was passing out some food, right? At this event. So we was at this event and was passing out food. And the brother was like, and there was another Israelite group across the street. And the brother was like, man, I just noticed a different spirit between y'all and a different spirit between them. Because, you know, y'all, they over here hollering at the folks and telling them to, you know, being combative with the people. And I see that y'all over here actually feeding the people. You do what I'm saying? And everybody like loving y'all and coming over here taking pictures with y'all, and they fussing and fighting and just causing a whole ruckus over across the street. You do what I'm saying? That's two different spirits. And I was like, well, we follow the law. And the law teaches us to have compassion for our brothers and sisters. You do what I'm saying? The law teaches us that. And the law teaches us to have mercy and try to, you know, we don't, you know, treat. I was doing interviews with, you know, people, homeless people and stuff like that. And we were just talking. I was just talking to them like they're human. You do what I'm saying? Because they are. That's my brother. No matter if he got money or he don't. That's my brother. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to treat you like you my brother. That's the spirit of Christ. Not to, you know, okay, well, he can't add nothing to the school. He can't come in and, you know, be getting tired, giving tithes or help pay bills or, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't even looking at him and trying to talk to him and try to straighten him and fix him. I want to fix one of these brothers coming up out the church. You dig what I'm saying? That's who I'm well, that ain't the spirit of Christ. That ain't how Christ works. You know what I'm saying? Christ took a brother, you know, a brother was going to a pond one time, you know, the pond, they thought the pond healed them. So, you know, they was carrying the brother down to the pond, and Christ healed the brother before he got to the pond. The pond didn't heal him, Christ did. You do what I'm saying? He was going healing folks that he knew couldn't you know, take care of themselves. That's the spirit of Christ. Not to hate our brothers and sisters, but to try to, you know, help our brothers and sisters and have mercy on the poor. That's the spirit, man. And like I said, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about because I love to, you know, I've been around poor people my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing but poor people. So, you know, this is, you know, this is my people. You know, and that's the I.S.U.P.K, the constituency of the I.S.U.P.K. That's who we go out and try to get, the poor. You know what I'm saying? Drop that. Let's go to Proverbs 26. Proverbs 26. Oh, so like Proverbs 28 and 6. Proverbs 28 and 6. Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. That's a heavy scripture right there. This is saying that you are a better person. You are better if you poor. It's better to be poor and righteous than to be wicked and rich. It's better to have an understanding of the Lord and be poor, you know, than to, you know, live like the world teaches us and be rich. You know, living in the world and being rich is, you know, that is against Christ. That's against the Most High. You know, it's hard for a brother to be rich and righteous at the same time. It's extremely hard because you have so many temptations and so many avenues and ways to be tempted to go, you know, and try to do right. Because everything that your eyes see, that's where your sin is at. Your sin is in your brain and in your eyes. Well, it's in your brain. That's where sin started. You know what I'm saying? This is your heart. All right, sin starts there. You think of it, you know what I'm saying, or you see it and you think of it. All right. So money is going to allow you to see more things. And you're going to see more sin with money. He said, but it's better to be, righteous and poor. What does righteous mean? It's better to follow the law of God, follow the commandments of God, and to be poor. God don't give a damn about your riches. Most High could care less about your riches. He cares about one thing: obedience. That's what he cares about. If you obedient and poor, the Lord is going to take care of you. Why? Because you're depending on him to take care of you. Well, guess what? When you got money, you don't depend on the Lord to take care of you. Who you depend on to take care of you when you got money? Go ahead, sister.
Yourself.
Depend on yourself. You don't need the Lord to, fight your battles. Money will fight your battles. Your rich friends will help fight your battles. You do what I'm saying? You don't depend on the Lord to fight battle. You don't depend on the Lord to help you when you're rich. But in the eyes of the Most High, the person who depends on him is better than the person who don't depend on him. So you have to, think about that. When you out here chasing this money, think about are you getting money and following the laws of God? Or is the money causing you to not follow the laws of God? Or if you're in your pursuit of money, is it causing you to not follow the laws of God and lose your morality? Is money causing that? Because most of the time, it does cause you to lose all of the morality, that you've learned, or cause you to not even want to have morality. Because money, you care less about morality. What you start to say, most people be like, shoot, what they say? You only live once. When you start saying that, you don't give a damn about no morality. You give a damn about doing what you want to do while you can do it. That's why I say money is very hard for a brother to have money and have morality at the same time. And that's something that our people don't have a clue on because we poor. The vast majority of our people are poor. So we don't understand, that the Lord, you have a better chance of, living a righteous life and having, generational wealth. People think generational wealth is just money that you pass down and pass down. That's not generational wealth for us. All right. For us, these laws, statutes, and commandments is our generational wealth. Because that's what we pass down to our kids. And the Lord is able to sustain our families throughout our generations because we obedient to him. That's why I'm saying that it's better for us to be, poor and obedient to be rich and disobedient. And that's something, like I said, it's hard for a rich man. That's what Christ was saying, man. It's hard for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven because you'll have to give up your riches to do it. And if you ask the average, go ask Kanye, is he willing to give up his riches to, be able to, be with the people? and do, do right amongst the people. And I'm sure that he probably would say no. He might say yeah, but then don't do it. You do what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis.
So when you say give up your riches, okay, what if he's not sinning and he's rich?
That's the part I'm trying to explain to you. It's extremely rare.
Right.
That you're gonna find somebody who is not sinning and rich. Because like I said, the riches cause you, they open a door for sin.
Right.
All right. So when you got money, right? Let's say, for instance, we poor, so a lot of us won't understand what I'm talking about. But if you done ever had, some money, you will know that you do more stuff than you ever done. Like, say, for instance, you come into a lot of money, you're gonna want to travel and stuff like that. All right, you're gonna quit your job. You know what I'm saying? If you hit the lottery, for you hit Mega Millions or something, you're gonna quit your job and you're gonna go travel and buy all the stuff. You're gonna do all kinds of things that you want to do. All right. Now, you're gonna start to, where you was poor and you used to come to class and stuff like that, right? You're gonna stop coming to class. You know what I'm saying? You can't travel the world and be in class at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got money to travel the world and you want to go to Barbados. Well, ain't no school in Barbados. You dig what I'm saying? But it's a school right here. But I'm be like, what Jasmine at, man? Jasmine ain't, why she ain't here? You know what you're gonna do? Write your little check, pay some tithes, and you gone. You dig what I'm saying? You finna go travel the world and do all the stuff that you want to do. You dig what I'm saying? But you're forgetting who you were.
Right.
That's where the sin starts to happen. Because you forgot that, well, dang, I used to be in class every week. I used to, be at Sabbath services. I used to, be helping cleaning up and cooking. You do what I'm saying? I don't got to do that no more. I got money. You know what I'm saying? I can pay somebody to come over there and do that now. I'm finna go to Barbados and sip, sip some, vodka out of a coconut. You do what I'm saying? And live my best life and do whatever it is the hell I want to do. And you start to forget yourself, who you are. And you know that you coming to class and all of that was keeping you grounded. That was what was keeping you together. Mm-hmm. You being around other what? Poor people. That was keeping you around. That was keeping you grounded. Well, now you're not around us no more. Mm-hmm. Because, you got money. Now you're not around us no more. Now you out in the world by yourself. Mm-hmm. This is what was keeping you good. So now you're doing what? You're getting all kind of, offers and, people trying to, hey, man, you can do this with your money. You can do that with your money. You can do this, and you got so much temptation and you don't have anybody to help you fight it. Mm-hmm. So you begin to lose yourself, who you were, and start to transition over here into the world. That's what happens to everybody who gets money. You do what I'm saying? So that's how you lose. That's why the scripture is saying that it's better for you to be poor and obedient, because you was poor and obedient while you was here. Then you got rich and then you start to get disobedient. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might not eat pork. You might still don't eat pork. But it's going to be a million other sins that you can do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start, doing things that you didn't, Now, money, you can use money to help the people. You can be righteous with money. There's a possibility for you to be righteous with money. But the thing is, you had to be righteous before you got the money. That's the thing. If you was halfway righteous, you gonna not be righteous when you get the money. The money just gonna, you know what I'm saying, gonna bring you all the way on out. But if you was righteous before you got the money, then the money won't change you because you're going to be using that money to change other people's lives. You do what I'm saying? That's what, you know, a righteous person would do. We would take that money and, you know, I give, you know, 10% to the Israelite School, the Universal Practical Knowledge. And I would be, you know, buying up. I would look around and see the conditions of my people. Now I'm buying up real estate to house my people. You do what I'm saying? I'm buying, doing things of that nature with the money and not spending, you know, I don't need to buy a $20 million, $40 million house when we out here starving, when we out here homeless.
Mm-hmm.
That's what righteous people would do with money. You do what I'm saying? And to try to figure out a way to keep generating money to help feed other people, our households. That's what a righteous person would do. But do you see that? No.
You just forget about it.
That's why it's hard. That's why the scriptures ain't never wrong. Scriptures is always right. All right. Let's drop that. Let's go to what was we at?
You said Proverbs 28 and 6, but you stopped at 7.
Okay, let's go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 11 and 21. Somebody give me a time check when it was 8:30. What I say, 11 and 21?
Only a genius or psychopath can solve this.
He said, "I'm a genius or psychopath." All right, so verse 21 says, Ecclesiasticus 11 and 21. It says, "Marvel not at the works of sinners, all right, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich." So this scripture is saying, don't marvel at these sinners, right? We look at, like I said, I'm gonna use Kanye this. So matter of fact, I'm gonna change the title and put Kanye in there some kind of way so people understand this is a class that was teaching about, you know, what Kanye is doing. All right, so this is a good class to teach on it. All right. It said, don't marvel at the works of sinners. All right. You got brothers and sisters who got money, right? But out here sinning like crazy. All right. Don't look at the things that they, you know, doing and be like, man, I want to be like that. Because they got money. That's, you know, the shining, what they say, the shining object is what get us every time. Those shining things. So we see them shining. We're like, man, I want to be like them. But don't even understand that they, you know, ain't no telling, you know, they had to suck a rod to get rich. Or, you know what I'm saying? Look at Terry Crews, man. He you know, 6'3", you know, 280, you know, all muscle. And then let some, you know, overweight, you know, flabby, you know, drug addict, drunk white man fondle him in front of his woman.
Who was that?
Terry Crews. In front of his woman. And he didn't do nothing about it. I mean, this man, he could thump the man and knock him out. You do what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing about it in front of his woman. But then, you know, he was ready to whoop D.L. Hughes. You do what I'm saying? a brother. But he let the white man fondle him. Don't marvel at because he's a great actor. He out here doing all the, getting money. And look at what he just went through. Look at what these sisters got to go through on these casting couches. You sitting there marveling, man, I want to be like Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is out here sleeping with everybody in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I want knees like Megan. And Megan, out here bent them knees for every nigga in, every nigga with a studio. With an eggshell on the wall in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got some eggshells on the wall. Make a stand. You know what I'm saying? This is what they, don't marvel at them because they got money. You know who you need to marvel at? The Lord, man. You follow what the Lord say do. Because the Lord can make you rich overnight. Same way he can make you poor overnight, the Lord can make you rich overnight also. He's in control of all of that. Whether you get money or you don't. You do what I'm saying? What we need to focus on is being obedient to him. You be obedient to him, he might give you some money. The amount of money that you can handle.
Right. Okay.
You do what I'm saying? He's not going to make you a multi-billionaire when you can't handle $1,000. Because he know that, if he make you a multi-billionaire, that you're going to leave him. You're going to quit serving him. So I'm just going to make her, 1,000 now. Make her 100 now. Because she get anything over, $1,000, it's damn the Lord. You know what I'm saying? She gone. She get anything over $1,000, she gone. So I'm going to make sure that I keep her in this $1,000 range. Anywhere from $100 to $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Think how many times you got your income tax check and did some wrong with it. You dig what I'm saying? I'm finna go flip it. I'm gonna go flip this income tax check. I done flip plenty of sisters' income tax checks. You know what I'm saying? So I know firsthand. You do what I'm saying? So I mean, for real. I'm a real nigga. I'm gonna keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I done changed. I ain't like that no more. But I know what I used to be. You do what I'm saying? So yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't marvel at them because they get marvel at what the Lord can do for you when you obedient. And it's a small thing. The Lord owned the world. You do what I'm saying? That's a small thing for him to do, is to make, you put you above, some people with money. That's a small thing for the Lord to do. He can do that overnight. Make you rich overnight. Give you the zeal to go out here and just write some numbers down and boom, you done hit Powerball for, $800 million. I mean, it ain't no big thing for him to do that. Probably won't, but it ain't no big thing for him to do. All right. He said, marvel not in the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. Stay focused on the work that you're doing. That's abiding in thy labor. Stay focused on the work that you're doing. And don't try to do more than what, the Lord calls you to do. Sometimes we get sidetracked and think that, maybe I need to go get another job or do that. Well, just think, if you get another job, you might not be coming to class no more. You do what I'm saying? Think about that. And you brothers, you might not be going to camp no more because you done got another job. And that's the beginning of you going downhill. You working all the time. You ain't got time for camp and classes and, stuff like that. Because you're not, like we talked last class, you ain't focused. You ain't abiding in your label. For it's an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. It ain't no thing. It ain't no big thing, to make a poor man rich, man. The Lord he do it every day. Do it every day. And and you run around trying to be like, a little dirt. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that they living the life. Them niggas probably in the house scared right now, thinking somebody finna come rob. Got 30 other niggas around with guns, and they can't even live in the house. They can't even walk around the house butt naked and eat and drink Kool-Aid out the refrigerator. Because they got 4 other niggas that got to stay with them downstairs with guns. They can't even live. They can't even have fun with the money. They can't even live in peace with the money. Because they don't, out here, causing all kind of mayhem. Drop that. Ain't no thing for the Lord to, give you some change. Go to 7 and 12. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. There's Ecclesiasticus, like 7 and 12. Hold up, is that right? No, that ain't it. Hold on for a minute. It might be Ecclesiastes. Yeah, Ecclesiastes. So like Ecclesiastes 7:12. Ecclesiastes 7:12. He said, for wisdom is a defense. He said, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. All right. Money, he said, wisdom is a defense, right? You being wise can defend you. All right. You having an understanding, the Lord is the one who gives you wisdom, right? Give you this wisdom that we're talking about right here. All right. So if you are wise, then you would, use your wisdom as a defense to defend you of the world. And money also can be a defense of the world also. You can use money to defend the poor. You do what I'm saying? If you do it right, if you do spend money wisely, that's what we're talking about right here. Spending money wisely. If you spend money wisely, it can be a defense for you. Our problem is we don't understand how to spend money wisely. We take money and just blow it. We like to live on our wants. We see it, we want it, we get it. And we don't spend money wisely. And lo and behold, if we, try to save some money, that's damn near, blasphemy for black people to save money. Man, that's so hard to do. You know what I'm saying? To just put money up. We can't save. We like to buy anything that we see that we like. You know what I'm saying? When we finally get some money, we saving money. What is you talking about? Save? Get a savings account. What? I need to go buy such. That's what we own. Buy. That's why so many people different races of people post up in the black community because we are impulse buyers. That's what they call us. You throw a shiny object out there and got for sale sign on it, we go into that shiny object. We want what, That's why so many people come over here and get rich off of us, y'all. Because they understand that we've been trained to buy. How many of our people, and this is a question that you need to ask, if you got kids, right? How many of our people teach our kids financial literacy? How many of you learned it? Did your mother and your father, or whichever one, did they teach you how to manage money and teach you how to get savings accounts and different, ways to financially, have a financial gain? Vast majority of us wasn't taught that. You do what I'm saying? And we don't teach it to our kids either. You know who do? All these other nations of people who come over here and post up in your neighborhood. They teach their children, and they teach that, they just keep teaching their family members how to accumulate wealth from us. Because we don't spend money wisely. They will go broke to buy a company that's going to cater to you. They would have $20,000, and that $20,000, they will spend every penny of it to buy a company that's going to cater to you to make them into a millionaire off of $20,000. We haven't figured this out yet. We haven't figured out, why don't we make our own stores to cater to us? All these dope dealers, all these big time, everybody who got money. Why aren't they investing into the neighborhoods? Which obviously going to make them money. You do what I'm saying? It's making everybody else rich. Why don't we get the money for ourselves? And then we can do what? Employ ourselves. That's making jobs for brothers and sisters. That's getting brothers and sisters off of drugs. That's getting brothers and sisters jobs. That's getting them housing. You know what I'm saying? That's how money can become a defense. Now we're defending ourselves from white supremacy. You do what I'm saying? We're defending ourselves from gentrification, which is another form of white supremacy. They just buying up the neighborhood because we don't care about it. They buying up the neighborhood because we're not buying up the neighborhood. Somebody got to buy it. Why not buy up the neighborhood and put stores and stuff around here? They not doing it. We don't spend money wisely. We don't make money a defense. We like to burn money and give it to the white man. We like to make Adidas rich. You do what I'm saying? We like to make all these other companies rich instead of having our own company. We haven't figured that part out yet. You know how many, basketball players and football players go broke with all of these millions of dollars? Countless numbers of them go broke because they haven't figured out, well, man, I got all this money, and they buying these shoes that's making Nike rich that I'm wearing. Well, now I buy some shoes. And say, if LeBron was just to buy some LeBrons and go to the same people Nike going to, cut out the middleman, and he can make money. All that money coming. Or anybody. Why aren't these rappers investing, into buying, jewelry stores? They go spend their money with, Jacob the jeweler and everybody else when they should be investing in diamonds, investing in gold teeth, grills. Why we got to go to Johnny Dang? Why ain't it no, Naquan Dang? You know what I'm saying? Some nigga who's selling, the same grills, and we spending all our money with him. That's us spending money wisely. And then he teaching other brothers how to make grills, and now we all can make money off of this, off our own community, instead of letting everybody else get rich off of us. That's money being a defense. And that's wisdom. It said, for wisdom is a defense and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it. If you have wisdom, then you get life. That's how you get life, by having wisdom. Learning how to live righteously with wisdom. Using that money as a defense. It'll carry on and give us life, and give us life abundantly. But when we are spending our money wisely, then we're living reckless. And we don't know what to do with our money. And that's what's going on with Kanye. That's what's going on with all these rich niggas who got money. They don't know what to do with their money because they don't have knowledge. They don't have wisdom. Because wisdom will clearly tell you, man, listen, I can make money and still help my people at the same time. By creating jobs for my people. Keep talking about I love my people. Create jobs for your people. You know what I'm saying? Invest in hospitals, healthcare for your people. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so many different ways that we can do it, man. We just, the people who know the ways don't have the money.
Right.
You do what I'm saying? We just don't have the money to do it, but we can do it on a smaller scale, but we don't have the money to do it on a bigger scale because we haven't figured out brotherhood. The brothers with money ain't figured out what brotherhood is. So they keep the money to themselves. And that's not wise for our people. You can't say you love your people and you're not using, money as a defense. Go to 2 Corinthians 8 and 9. I'm going to end it there. 2 Corinthians verse 8 and 9. Chapter 8, verse 9. Salam. All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. For we know the grace of our Lord YAHANNA, that though he was rich, yet for your sake he became poor, that ye through his poverty might be rich. All right, this is, I'm going to end it with this. It said that Christ was rich, right? But Christ could have, he's the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? He could have he could have came in any kind of way that the Lord seemed fit for him to come. You do what I'm saying? He had riches. What's the riches that he had? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? So he could have came and, there's a time where they asked Christ, that, hey, man, y'all ain't been paying y'all taxes. You know what I'm saying? Dude came to Christ and said, y'all ain't been paying y'all taxes. He told Peter, hey, man, go over to the Jordan and cast your rod over there. And the first fish that you pick up, reach into his mouth and get some money out of his mouth. This nigga said, reach into a fish mouth and get some money. You know what I'm saying? He could have said, reach into, go slay a lion and open up his belly, and it's going to be, 80,000 shekels sitting inside of his belly. I mean, and it would have been there. You do what I'm saying? The Lord would have made sure, anything Christ wanted, the Most High would have gave him. But Christ wanted to be poor like his brothers. He wanted to be around his brothers. Because now if he around his brothers can't say, you know, that, hey man, you know, you was rich though. That's why you was able to, you know, do the things that you done. Christ was poor. He was just like you. So you didn't have no excuse not to be obedient to God. He letting you know that a poor man can be obedient to God too. These Sadducees and Pharisees, they was out here claiming to follow God with all of this money, and it was exposing them to be liars. He was exposing them to be hypocrites. He was exposing them to be just wrong and evil. And he was letting everybody else know that, man, I'm poor and I'm still following the Lord. You do what I'm saying? You don't have to have money, and the Lord don't look at you if you broke as you are nothing. He value you, you know, according to your obedience. That's where your value is at. It ain't in how much money you get. It's in how obedient you are to him. That's how he value you. He don't hold his nose up to the poor like a Christian church will tell you. He don't treat you different because you poor. And Christ didn't treat his brothers different either because they was poor. You know, and he became poor so he can be just like his brothers, man. Christ wanted to be exactly like us. So we would not have an excuse to not serve the Most High. All right. So, you know, this was a good class. Like I said, I love talking about this particular subject because I love the poor, because I've been poor my whole life. That's all I know. So y'all got any questions about anything? If not, we the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. I'm also the Quam of the Nashville School, and that's my time. Shalom.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
blood slim, it won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms, watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5, I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
They come as you can do that here. She can call down there. Then you can do that in-house.